In episode 2 of The Judge from Hell, we see Donan arrive on the scene just as Bitna was about to strike Jong Jun. Donan steps in, swiftly grabbing Jong Jun by the collar. His voice low and steady, he warns, "I told you, stay away from Wang. Didn't I make myself clear?" Donan, unimpressed, starts to raise his fist, but Bitna stops him, whispering, "You can't hit him. That's against the law." At that moment, the flashing lights of the police car approach, and the officers take Jong Jun into custody, charging him with stalking Wang. Donan watches as the police lead Jong Jun away. Bitna looks over at him, curious, and Donan orders her to come with him. She reluctantly follows, uncomfortable with the crucifix hanging from the rearview mirror. Bitna scoffs, "You don't even believe in God, so why have that?" She then asks about his connection to Wang, but he cuts her off, saying it's none of her concern. Meanwhile, at the police station, Jong Jun arrogantly denies all the charges, twisting the story to claim Wang invited him in. He insists they're just a couple who fight sometimes, dismissing her recent suicide attempt as overly dramatic. The officer warns him to keep his arguments for court. Jong Jun walks out, barely glancing at Donan, who stares him down and promises, "I'll be watching you." Bitna having her own plans. She sent a message, baiting Jong Jun to meet her at an abandoned construction site. Jong Jun arrives, confused, expecting to find Wang, only to see Bitna waiting in the shadows. She steps forward, a hint of danger in her eyes. The real trial is about to begin, she tells him, forcing him to confront his own deeds. At first, he tries to run, but she has planned everything to trap him. Finally, he breaks down, admitting his crimes. "I was wrong. I hurt her. I destroyed her." Bitna, with cold satisfaction, she sends his soul to hell and marked him. The next day, police arrive at the crime scene to find Jong Jun's lifeless body wrapped in a white cloth, marked with the word Gehenna, the Hebrew word for hell. The scene is impeccably clean, devoid of any clues. In Bitna's office, she leans back, a subtle smile hinting at her satisfaction. Meanwhile, Bitna visits Donan's apartment one night. She flashes him a mischievous grin, mentioning she knows exactly where to find him, claiming she's his girlfriend as an excuse. Donan scolds her, frustrated, but she cuts him off, offering him food and insisting they talk. Despite himself, he agrees, and over drinks, she draws him into a confessional mood. Bitna presses, "Tell me, any murderers who have managed to evade justice?" He resists at first, but eventually opens up. "I've killed before," he admits, his voice darkening. "When I was younger. I did things I regret." Bitna smiles, "Then you've just confirmed something for me. Your conviction suits you, but there's a price for everything." The next morning, Donan wakes, disoriented, finding Bitna still there, smiling. She tells him, "I like a man with conviction. And you've got just the right amount of sin to make this interesting," inviting him to take a walk with her. When he asks where they're going, she responds cryptically, "To hell." As they walk, Bitna leans close, whispering, "Tell me, how far are you willing to go?" With a knife in hand she stabs Donan, deciding he needs to go to hell.